Welcome to Crown, the Smell Baseball podcast, where the crack of the bat meets the smell of dust and destiny. I'm your host, Mr. Baseball. Today, we're going back, not just to the beginning of a series, but to the beginning of the idea that baseball crowns a champion. One league versus another, one city versus another, and at the center, the first team to be crowned. This is the story of the 1903 World Series. At the dawn of the 20th century, baseball was at war with itself. The National League, founded in 1876, was the entrenched old guard. But in 1901, the American League rose like a fastball under the chin. Young, brash, and ready to poach. They raided rosters. They battled over stadium rights. Fans didn't know who to trust. Owners barely spoke. But in 1903, the smoke cleared. A peace was struck. The handshake was firm. And with it came a bold idea. Let's find out who's best. There was no commissioner, no organized playoff system, no ring, no trophy, just two teams agreeing to meet on the diamond. 9 games, first to 5. No excuses, no wild cards, just baseball. The National League sent their juggernaut, the Pittsburgh Pirates, 3 straight pennants, a lineup loaded with speed and muscle. Tommy Leach, Fred Clark, and the one and only Honus Wagner, a workhorse ace and Deacon Felipe, a club built to win. The Pirates were favored, but they were also falling apart. Their number 2 starter, Sam Lever, hurt his arm before the series even began. Ed Doheny, another key arm, left the team in September amid mental health struggles. The Pirates were battered before a pitch was even thrown. Meanwhile, the Boston Americans, today we call them the Red Sox, were peaking. Led by Jimmy Collins, they had the perfect mix. Cy Young and Bill Dineen on the mound, Patsy Dougherty, Buck Freeman, and Freddie Parent in the lineup. They weren't as celebrated, but they were healthy and hungry. Boston smelled weakness, and they had arms to spare. Game 1, Deacon Felipe took the ball on the road and delivered a masterpiece. Jimmy Sebring made history with the first World Series home run inside the park, no less. Wagner drove in runs. The Pirates looked like the favorite everyone expected and won 7-3. Game 2, Bill Dineen answered with a shutout. Patsy Dougherty lit it up. 2 homers, 1 over the fence. Boston drew even, and the Pirates had no one fresh behind Felipe. Boston won Game 2 3-0. Game 3, back to Felipe. Another complete game. That's 2 wins in 4 days. Leach and Clark sparked the offense. The Pirates, who won the game 4-2, lead the series 2-1. But Felipe's arm already wearing down. Game 4. Make it 3 wins for Felipe. Wagner comes through. The Boston rallies in the 9th, but it's too late. The Pirates win 5-4, and they are now up 3-1. They are 2 games away, but their ace has thrown 27 innings. And here's where it turns. Game 5. Cy Young pitched. The bats exploded. Freeman, Parent, Dougherty, they unloaded on a tired Pirate staff. Lever tried to pitch, bad arm and all. It was brutal. Boston won 11-2, and the series was now 3-2 in favor of Pittsburgh. Game 6. Bill Dineen again. Another complete game. The Pirates sent out a young arm. Wagner booted balls in the field. The cracks became a collapse. Boston won 6-3. The series is now tied at 3. Game 7. And don't forget, this is a best-of-9 series. Cy Young commanding. The Boston bats broke it open early. And yes, Felipe pitched again. His 4th complete game in a week, but his arm had little left. Boston takes the lead. They won the game 7-3, and they are now up 4-3 in the series. Game 8, Dineen again. His third complete game win of the series. A shutout. Felipe thrown back onto the mound for a fifth time. One man trying to hold up a broken staff. It was over. Boston won the game 3-0, and they won the series 5-3. The first team crowned, the last team standing. The box score tells one story. The box score says Dineen won 3, Young won 2, Felipe won 3 and lost 2. But the real story, Felipe threw 44 innings in 8 days. Wagner hit just .222 and committed 6 errors. The Pirates ran out of arms and ran out of time. This wasn't just about who could play. It was about who could endure. The Boston Americans weren't the better team in June, but in October, when it mattered, they were healthy, they were rested, and they were ready. So no, there was no trophy, no MVP, no champagne goggles. But what they won was bigger. They set the precedent. They played for pride. And they showed the world that October belongs to the team that can outlast everything. That was 1903, the first crown, and the start of a tradition that will never die. This has been Crowned, a Smell Baseball podcast. I'm Mr. Baseball, and if you ever wonder where the crown came from, it came from Felipe's tired arm, from Dineen's shutout, from a wounded favorite and a hungry underdog, and from a promise made on a handshake to find out who was best. Until next time, smell the leather. Try to say that 10 times fast. This is Mr. Baseball. This has been Crowned, a Smell Baseball podcast.